Okay, so now see, now you got a Caucasian. It says fake statue depicting white Holy Roman Emperor Otto the First. Well, once the Caucasians come over and conquer, now they put everything in their image. So this is twin kingdoms, right? So now here, Stuart means Negroid, black. King James was the last of the Stuart kings. King James. Here's King James, Negro. Here's King James, Caucasian. Remember, Stuart means black. King James was the last of the Stuart kings. King James. And then here's the white Stuarts, the white blacks. See, Esau and Jacob syndrome. Here you have Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, bust of William Shakespeare. Then you get, stylized, Then it becomes, see how the stylized, they copy the same thing? Esau and Jacob, see? Twins, different color. The Bible is brilliant. This has been prophesied for ever. It's a phenomenon. See? William Shakespeare, no, he's too dark. When the other people come take over, then William Shakespeare, he gets stylized, copy it, same characteristics. That's so beautiful. You know, see how they keep the same characteristics, just like in King James. That's how it is. They keep the same characteristics there. That's beautiful. Esau and Jacob. See the brilliance of the scriptures. Then you have like the Black Madonnas that was over there. You know who put those Black Madonnas over there? You know who put those Black Madonnas in Europe? We did. It was from Egypt. Get the Black Madonnas. It's all talking about the same legend when Moses is supposed to be born maybe in America. Maybe in America. Another Moses. Then it becomes that. When it comes, mother with child. See? It becomes that. Now when the conquerors come, put it in their image. See? That's how it goes. Now this, American Negroes expelled from Spain in 1490. There was American Negroes expelled. Here's a picture of one here. Right? American Negroes. So, in Spain, 1492. Okay? 1492. Moorish cannons. Moorish cannons, siege of Seville, 1248 AD. This is the first cannons in the world. American Negro. The first cannons in the world. American Negro defending himself against Caucasians. See, pointing right out at the sea there. They would see going all over the world from Spain and Portugal. See? This is a Moorish cannon. It was used in the siege of Seville, 1248 AD. The Negroes were the first ones to have, American Negro was the first ones to have guns. They don't even know it. They was also the first ones to get driven out of Spain with guns, proving that the Bible story of how all their blessings became curses. Became a curse because of the idolatry they was doing. That's what the Bible says. That's the reason why. Why else would they have the guns and then they get turned around? How could you be the ones who have the guns and then get driven out with the guns? American Negroes first to be driven out with cannons too. This is their cannons though. These are Morris cannons. These are the first cannons in the world, right here. The American Negro was the first ones to have cannons. Look it up for yourself. It's called the Morris cannons. In Seville, the ones I just showed you. This is the 12 lions in the fountain at Alhambra. The 12 lions, they signify the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is a Muslim kingdom. They ain't believe in putting images. This is the only images they put right here, these 12 lions. Alhambra. Well, these people were descendants of the Hebrew tribes of the Bible, the Jews and the Muslims of Spain. This is a Moorish castle. This is a Moorish castle. This here is a coin of Edward IV. This would be a Christian Negro king in Europe. His father was Henry VIII. This is a great coin right here. And see this writing right here? This writing, they didn't learn this from white people. This is their own writing. They brought this writing to Europe. Negroes brought this handwriting to Europe. Here's a witness of it right here. These kingdoms was before the Caucasian kingdoms, not afterwards. Not afterwards. These kingdoms was before the Caucasian kingdoms. Was this Negro kingdom right here? This is Edward IV on a silver 6 pence. Okay. Here you go, Duke Frederick VIII of Saxony. This coin, 1625. They still had Negro kingdoms over in Europe. See? He's a Saxon. He's a Saxon, a Negro Saxon. He's a Christian too. The name Frederick VIII. And this is his handwriting. And there's the date right there. He's got an afro and everything. I think he got a gun right there in his hand. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he got a gun right there in his hand right there. You got this is the Elector of Saxony, Maurice. Another coin. Here's the Dukes of Saxony, Christian II, Johann and George I, and August. See, that's their handwriting. These are the kings and queens of Europe. Here's this is a Belgian statue right here. This sister right here. See how beautiful she is? These are family crest of Brocas, Lindsay, and the Lindsay. This is the Fairbairn Book of Crest, plate 135. I'm gonna say what these sisters look like there now, because these people got emptied out of Europe and got sent over to places like Belize, America, Brazil, and stuff in places like this, and they don't even know that they was taken from Europe. These look like some Belizean right here, or it could be like Creole types. I've seen a lot of I've seen these type in Belize. This is the crest of the Andrews family. Aggs. What else? Andrews. Then Livingston, Maine, Moorhead, Packer, Shirley, Tanner. These look like sisters like from Virginia or something like that. Okay, let's see what we got. This is the crest of the Andrews family. These sisters right here look like sisters like from Rhode Island, like maybe Providence, Rhode Island. These kind. This is the Andrews, the Norton family, the Seymour family, Shirley, the Moore family, the Fondre family, the Fondre. This is their Book of Crest, plate 134. These type of sisters, these look like Seattle sisters right here. Now, those are the people that this man got his kingdom from. And he came with the, now, this is the system, and this is this image, the apple earth. This is called the apple earth. This image right here, right? Apple earth. So, we're going to read 2 Timothy 4 and chapter 4, verses 3 and 5. 2 Timothy. So we got it right here. It says, for the time will come when they shall not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. So, they're not going to be into sound doctrine no more. What is not sound doctrine? Not sound doctrine is bending water. You know, bending water is not sound doctrine. What's another example of not sound doctrine? When the Caucasian came over to invade every place, he had the Bible in his hand, which is obviously a book teaching a totally different cosmos than what he was promoting. The Bible is a book teaching the flat water, the earth, the sun is moving, and we live on a plane. Firmament and all. And he came teaching we live on the ball, you know, heliocentric versus, you know, he came with a heliocentric. You already know. So it's deception there. That's not sound doctrine. And as a matter of fact, he actually practiced one thing and teach the people something different. That's not sound doctrine. Another example of not sound doctrine, give an example. This is this guy named Seven Beaumars, right? Now he made a big splash. He came out with this thing about the false matrix. So it made a big splash. So they even had him on Time magazine, right? Guru, guy from Detroit, smooth guy, right? So he's talking about the false world and the false matrix, and then he says one way to know that you're the real matrix is to know nature. Okay? So, okay, agree with that. So he's showing people pictures, illustrations of the globe. You know, he's supporting the globe and showing pictures of the globe. Okay, now I just got one question. What's natural about bending water on the globe? Have you ever seen that in nature? isn't that the false matrix? Then he turned around and said the Bible is buffoonery, right? Okay, the Bible is buffoonery. So you're not buffoonery, you're the real deal, right? You're showing the people. Not only do he show people the big, he also showed the people the cosmos with the black cosmos with the black earth and the black sky, the whole tricky thing. Now, so the Bible is buffoonery. You identifying, you know all about the fake world. Now you supporting the globe and gravity and all that kind of stuff. Now, so after a while, the flat Earth came out. He started catching a lot of heat, so he made a video, and he came out and said the Earth is what you think it is. Flat Earth people got a flat Earth mentality, okay? And people know that energy comes in a ball, so you know he's sticking with his ball, blah blah this and that. So it's what you think it is. Now isn't that weird? You talking about the false world? Now you saying the world is what people think it is? What's real about that? We can't come up to a concrete thing of what the world is. It's got to be what you think it is. So anyway, long story short, guess he caught flack about that. He comes back out next time. He's at a flat Earth convention or whatever, and now he comes out and said the ball is not a globe, it's a bowl chasm. Okay, now you done flip flop and went from globe to a flat Earth. Now, what's the deal on this? First of all, you said the Bible was buffoonery. The Bible did never change. You done changed and went to what the Bible said the earth is. The Bible says the water sits in a bowl, in a container. Now you done went to the Bible and you flip-flop. And you calling them buffoonery. But you're the real buffoon here. Another thing is this. You were promoting gravity, so now you got gravity on your bowl chisel. See, now you busted. See, you're the buffoon. I'm going to have to expose this. You see what I'm saying? You're the one because, see, the thing is, you need your gravity and all your stuff and all your astro, this and that's what these gravity boys need. They need this gravity and all this so they can say they got the freedom to astro travel and all this when it ain't really even that kind of universe. You see what I'm saying? It ain't even that kind of show. Gravity boys. We get down on that. So that's an example. And I'll give you another example of not sound doctrine. I knew somebody, we stumbled up on the flat earth together, right? So I realized that the earth wasn't spinning quick. And that, and that everything they told me was a lie about the cosmos and that the Bible was a flat earth book and it was telling you the truth about the cosmos, okay? But somebody I love, a girl I knew, she couldn't see it, right? So, okay. So, now, what it is, she wants to take the flat earth, wants to believe in the globe and put the example. When God says he stops the sun, she read that and she knows that the globe means that's contradicting God. When God say he stopped the sun, but she wants to still have the God but contradict him. You see what I'm saying? And think it doesn't matter. That's not sound doctrine. So let's proceed on with that. But after their own lust, they heap themselves teachers having itching ears, and they are turned to fables, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables. Okay, so they're all about this. This whole Apple Earth is all about fables. It's all based on fables of Babylonian fables, right? When the Apple Earth. Okay. So we're gonna go into So it's fables and not sound doctrine. That's what the people are into. So we're gonna go over here to Revelations 13. We're gonna learn about this image and everything. Revelations 13. Revelation 13. What we got here? Okay. Gonna learn about this this image, this 666 image. I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. So this is gonna be like the kingdom, the nations coming up out of Europe. You know, these multiple nations and stuff like that. They got the name of blasphemy. And this is beast riding up out of the sea. So they're going to be going all over the seas, rising up, and, you know, ready to take over. It's a multifaceted, these nations. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth was the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So these like the mouth of the lion. It's like the British Empire. You got the Russian Empire up in there. These European, and they got their, and the dragon gave him his power. So they getting their seat and authority from worship of this serpent. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. This going back to this Tammuz legend, or you know where this, they always said like this, he died for his kingdom. You know, like the son of perdition, or the son of Tammuz, Nimrod. They all died for their kingdom. And this is like a stylized legend right here. You know, which they're into. And this also represents how like the Caucasian came up real quick in Europe, and you know they came up real quick because the Negroes had the guns and was on top of the world, and then they got healed and they came up, and then the whole world is wondering after them. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, and who was able to make war with him? So when they came out of Europe, they had a great military force. And they gave, and they worshiped, so the people worshiped the dragon, because they worshiped the snake. They gave them the power. Like Nassau, the snake is a deceiver in Hebrew, and the name is almost like the snake also. The name of a snake in Hebrew, and Nassau is close, and Nassau means deceiver in Hebrew, and the whole snake thing there, the dragon and the beast. And they make war, nobody could fight against them. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. So, after King James, these people probably got like about 420 years or something like that. King James was like, what, 400 years ago or something like that? They got a short time to operate. They got a certain time to operate. 42 months. And there was given to him the mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Elohim, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. So when he come out of Europe, he come in with blasphemy. His name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in the heaven. Oh, he gonna the whole cosmos. blaspheme the whole cosmos and take the creator out of creation. And it was given unto him, to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given to him over all kindred and tongues and nations. So they went and conquered out the whole world. And blaspheming the name of the creator and the heavens and stuff. When they went and conquered the whole world, these are the Europeans coming out. Now this is the Caucasian Europeans coming out of Europe. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundations of the earth. So they're gonna have the whole world and getting them into their idea of the cosmos, religion, and history, and science, and all that, right? If any man have an ear, let them hear. He who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast. So they're going to come and put people into captivity, and that's going to be their own end too. So who came and put everybody into captivity? Caucasians coming out of Europe. See, if any man have an ear, let them hear. He's identifying. See? I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. 2 horns. That could be British in America. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, who had the deadly wound and didn't heal. They're going to have you worshiping all that idolatry. Serpent and everything. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. See, they've been doing them tricks up in the skies and stuff like that. These wonders that come down, like these so-called satellites and shooting, missiles up there and everything and going to the moon. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. So, they're doing miracles and, all these deceiving things up in the sky. Like the NASA and this these things supposed to be flying around up there, space station, whatever they call it. You know what they call that thing. That ain't this airplane up there faking the funk. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. So they're going to make an image to the beast. Not of the beast, to the beast. So now they got an image. So now the beast got an image. Like that man standing next to his pet globe. He got the beast. That's the system. That's what he represents. He represents the system of all these Caucasians that came up out of there, because all of them took that image around. See, it wasn't like some of them took the image around and then some of them said they wasn't. They was all in the same beastly Freemason club. It was their agenda to do that. Right? Take that image around. It's a 666 image. We're going to find that out. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast. So he had the power to go out of here and give life to the image of that beast. You know how you give life to an image? In your mind. So he's going to brainwash you with that image. And give life to, that's when you give life to that image of the 666 image of the beast in your mind. That the image of the beast should both talk. They're going to be teaching you that in school. You're going to be talking for that image. You're going to be talking for it. And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. When they went out, you got killed, or else, and then if you didn't die, you got to sit up in schools and sit down and put that thing in front of you. And just brainwash you to give life to it in your mind. Only place it got life is you buy into it because it's not a real thing. See, you give life to the image of the beast. See, so when they went out with the globe, anybody wouldn't bow down to their religion and their cosmos, and their program was getting killed in the captivity, and the ones that would survive was sitting down. They make them sit down and get brainwashed by this image. He called this all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand and in their forehead. The right hand signifies what you do. So you're doing the work to support this image, and you're sacrificing your kids to this image too. You're sacrificing your kids to that image because you send your kids to that school to get baptized in that lie, to dilute their mind. In their foreheads. See? To put that image in their foreheads. And he's doing it to all, even his own people. Except for the ones who's rich enough to get the real education. You're the guys that's fooled, and they're the foolers. They don't believe that they live on the globe. If they believed they live on the globe, they couldn't rule the world. Nobody stupid can rule the world. Okay? Nobody believing in bent water can rule the world. They tell you that. You think you're going to create airplanes and don't know you're flying over flat water? You think you're going to create airplanes and don't know when you fly to and fro, there's no calculation for no doggone movement below? Okay, let me say that again. When you go to and fro, there's no calculation for no movement below. You understand me? Okay? No, they just sell you that. They practice in reality and got you into fantasy. And that no man might, okay. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, everybody wasn't killed, was going up under the program, and you're going to have that mark on you, in you. Here's wisdom. Now he's going to make you smart. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 666. That's 666. Okay? So, if you buy into this image, then you're 666. And they're going to have, now, if you buy into that globe being 666, that means you're 666 because you're the earth. If your earth is 666, that means you're 666. Right? Because you're the earth. Right? So, you got your man here. With his globe right there, right? His legends and everything. And what does he got? He's got you with your Apple Earth. And this is what they're getting you into right here. They're getting you into this right here. We're going to go over this Genesis right here for a minute, but let me show you something else too. So he got you the apple into these fables and stuff. When you cut this apple up, this is harmful enough, right? Just open up an apple. You got here apple with a core, right? To a pagan, this is a whole lot more, okay? This is what, because they using these, this is what they into. See, when they cut it open, they got their circle with their pentagram in there, and they putting this voodoo on you, and what they doing is turning you to an upside down thinker and a stubborn person that's going to be a rebel. You see, they're practicing Baphomet on you. See? Right there. That's what they're doing with your Apple Earth. Right there. See? That's what they're doing. So let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis right here, real quick. All right. Before we go to Genesis 3, 1 through 7, I want to go over this Apple Earth real quick. So, we got this beast coming out of this beast system coming out of Europe, this Caucasian beast system coming out of Europe. You got this little pet image right there. So, an Apple Earth. So now what do we have? We have the apple being given to humanity. The Apple Earth being given to humanity that is naive. And they receive it, they naive and deceived. Apple Earth, so who's giving to them? You got the serpent there. And this apple, they doing this story, putting this story in there, because this is the false world. This is the false 666 world. That's why they're doing this. They actually playing out this story. So let's look at this serpent here. What does it mean in Hebrew? So let's see. So what we have here. Serpent in Hebrew. So let's go, let's get to, it's Nahash. So let's see what it says here. How it's pronounced.
Strong's H 5172. Nahash.
Nahash. Kind of like not soft but not quite. Nahash. Right? So let's see what Nahash. Enchantment, divine, enchanter. This is how it's used in the Bible. This is how it's been translated. Right? This is the usual usage of it. To practice divination. Right? To practice divination, divine, observe signs. That's like to observe the cosmos. Learn by experience. So you learn their system by experience. That's what you learn. Diligently observe. They diligently observe what to trick you with. Practice fortune telling, take as an omen. All the usual New Age witchcraft and stuff like that. So here we go. Nahash. The primitive root properly to hiss, whisper, a magic spell. So what they do, they put this stuff on you subliminally. Just like when you in school and you a little kid, they're not telling you about the bending water and explaining that globe to you. They just sitting in front of you, just hissing. Putting your mind frame, brainwashing you. That's the hiss right there. Subliminal, putting the psychosis on you. That's how they, globe is all, it's like magic crystal balls and numerology. That's where they get this from the Freemasons, and put it into their this system, right? It's full of all holes and stuff like that, but it's designed to put you under a spell, a magic spell, generally. To prognosticate, so prognosticate, they prognostic, their esoteric knowledge. They always coming up with this, they astro this and astro that. That's what they all about. That's why they got their gravity system and all this stuff right here, so they can have you into all this stuff like that. Certainly divine. He's a divinator. Enchanter. A chanter is a person. See, so the serpent is people. They do enchantment. People. Lying men. The old boys club. Lying to Eve, to make her naive and deceive, to receive that apple garbage. Enchantment, that's what that is. Learn by experience. That's what you learn as a kid when you go to school. You learn about that globe by experience. You're under that spell already, and they didn't even let you. And that bending water, they never explained to you to this day, right? Because you just under a spell anyway. Indeed, diligently observe. They observe the cosmos and see what you wouldn't know, like where the water goes, and if the sun and the moon are balls. And then they diligently observe, and then they give you a lie. And they make lies to try to cover up all their lies in the when they teach the cosmos, and most of their lies are just so much crap. But since you don't never ask for proof, it doesn't matter because they just give it to you, and you never ask for scientific proof. Because if you did, you would have started with that bending water, and you would be in that situation that you're in there. So let's go back over here. Oh, so here go your Nahash, your serpent right there. Your serpent giving you the so here we got Nassau with his serpent tongue right there, the vector tongue. They leave tongue there, the forked tongue, the vector tongue, and Nassau. So the serpent means Nashar. How you say it? Nahash. And then Nassau is Nassau, and it means deceiver in Hebrew. And here go your circle with all the idolatry, and that G stands for gravity, which is something they created to be their God. There's no such thing as gravity. How's a theory gonna create things that are real? You know, your body has nothing to accommodate gravity. Nothing on air, your nose. Water, your mouth. Fire, your eyes. Okay? Earth, your mouth. Gravity, you have nothing for that. Okay? You have nothing to accommodate that. That's a creation that was created under the apple tree in 1666. That's that snake stuff. So let's see what NASA means in Hebrew. Okay. So, Nasha, primitive root to lead astray. First of all, let's go up and see, have them pronounce it.
Strong's H, 5377. Nasha.
Oh, Nasha. See? Right in your face. All about the serpent and deception. So let's go and see what that word means. See if they're doing their job. It's been translated umpty times, with 12 times to deceive, 1 time to greatly, 1 time to beguile, blah, blah. Okay? Go down here. Nasha, primitive root, to lead astray. So that's what Nassau is doing, leading you astray. Okay? They're doing their job. They're doing their job to lead you astray, i.e. mentally dilute. Delusion, they're doing their job with delusion. And they're getting paid a lot of money to do it good. Mentally dilute. You've been raped mentally and been made an ignorant person. Ignorance comes when you don't say nothing about that stupid water, painted water. And then they give you a picture like a stamp over. Oh, they gave us a picture, or we know it's real now. No, they gave you a picture to match that stupid globe. Because you want to believe that you know something that you don't know. You can't. You're not big enough to know certain things. That's the mystery to the Most High, to let you know that you're not bigger. You on the earth and you got a mind and everything to search out, and you can search out that you don't know all the mysteries. You got to depend on the Most High to tell you the mysteries, right? Because you can't go there like the firmament. You can't go up to the firmament. You don't know what hold the air and water pressure in. So He tells you that. No, you don't believe that, right? You never really thought it out. Your mind, because they don't let you think it out, and your mind is deluded. Or morally to seduce. So you've been seduced, raped. They laughing at you. They know, and they teach you something totally different and got you totally duped. So they know how you think. They know you're going to protect their idols because you already programmed to do that. Beguile, deceive, greatly, utterly. So you've been utterly and greatly deceived and beguiled, seduced in the mind, the brain. That's like a guy lying to a girl and just like, she just falls for anything. So he come, I could just tell her anything. She already want to believe. She already wants to believe. See, deceive. See the word Eve in there? Deceive. Don't be naive and deceived. And that's exactly what they got the people under. And that's not a masculine mindset, because a masculine man, he goes out and he knows the science. He knows that water don't bend. You know, so it's on the male. He would come back and tell this female, "Hey, I just moved a brick that weighs 1,000,000 pounds." That's what humans was doing that. You think they was doing that and thinking that the world is water is bending? You got to know the elements, buddy. Okay. That's a deceived state of mind when they can come and fool you and fool grown men. And what they do is they do it slyly so that you never get put on the trail. Because they know if you start to using your brain, you'll get out of that. A strong mind can get out of this deception really easily. You know, when you start stop ignoring things and just say, "Hey, prove this and prove that." Because when you start ignoring things, you can start to get delusional and diluted and seduced. You protect the idol now. You ready to get up and hurt somebody. You know, if somebody tell you about the bent water, you get uptight. You try to get a car. You know, try to figure it out. And then when it all comes said and done, and they keep pressing you, "Hey, what about the bent water?" You just say, "Hey, don't say nothing else about it." You know, that's how it works. So let me see there. So now we got the Nassau, the deceiver, so they're doing their job. Then you got this innocent apple, but not to a pagan. To a pagan is this circle, pentagram inside of a circle, and turning you into a goatee man that's thinking backwards. You know, a rebel. They practicing Baphomet on you. You understand me? Hissing in your ear. And this is that what they call that stuff, Kabbalah, and all that esoteric stuff that they that's what they that's what they into, all that Kundalini this, and you're gonna reincarnate so many times, choose your reincarnation, you God, the whole New Age program they got out. That's what they is. Fight. Then they want you upside down, an upside down man. And then you got your 666 globe. So let's go over all the 666s on this. Let's go over all the 666s. First of all, it's tilted like a 6. See the circle at the 6? So there go your 6. That's 6 number 1. Let's go over all your 6s, man. This is only for the people who think they this, because it's not none of that. This is not a microcosm of anything. You ever seen a ball with water on it or anything like that? Of course not. All you see one was painting and the pictures. So let's go. Globe's tilt 66.6 degrees. Okay, that's what you looking at that. Okay. This is a diabolical scheme they got up here. It's tilted at 66.6. See, they say 23.4 because they don't want to say 666.6 because that's the backward side. See, they tricky. You didn't know that the 23.4 was actually 666 from 90. They tricky. They got you all 666 up. So if they say the Earth is 666, that means you 666 in your brain. Globe's curvature at 1 mile squared, 0.666 feet. So at 10 miles, it'll be still 666. At 100 miles, it'll still be 666. At 1,000, it'll still be 666 feet. It just goes up to the intervals of 10. The speed of the globe's orbit, 66,600 miles per hour. And guess what? It ain't even doing none of that. They just put 666 up there to put this on your mind. See, the Earth ain't curved. It ain't tilted. Speed of it ain't orbited. The Earth do not move. Everything else is moving. We can't move. How we gonna move with all this water on it? If you slush water around it, it slushes all about, man. They say the water is spinning. You just can't notice it. Delusion. The air is going 1,000 miles an hour with the atmosphere. You just don't notice it. Illusion. And it's a shame that they sit up there and tell you a lie to your face and you don't say, prove it, and you just accept it because you want to believe in the idol. So they said they know they can tell you anything, and they knew they could tell you anything once you accepted that water, but they knew it was some larceny in your heart from the jump. So they are really jumping on that. You see what I'm saying? So let me see. Globe's axis of rotation and its plane of orbit around the sun, 66.6 degrees. So that's 5, because I found another one. The tilt, just looking at it, is a 666. So that's 5. The polar circles are located near the poles of the globe at 66.6 degrees latitude north and south. This man loves 666 so much, my mouth is even getting tired of saying it. It's so much 6. It's stressful, right? 666. You know, that's like sex too. This is a real wicked thing these people into. The globe is 93 million miles away from the sun, right? Notice I say globe because this is the globe version. The Earth ain't none of that. So let's see what we have here. We got 93 million miles. So 93 upside down, that's 36666. These men are crafty, man. They love 166666, man. Why? The Bible told you to watch out for this, right? And this is all you. Everything I just said is you if you believe it in your mind. That's the only place it lives is in your mind. And then the voodoo enchantment that they created and the numerology system they learned from the Crowleys, the Freemasons, Illuminati, and the serpent. It's all an illusion. So let's go. 9 upside down equals 6. 9. So 9 upside down equals 6. That's 1 6. 9 minus 3 equals 6. 9 minus 3 is the next 6. 6 zeros. 666 again. 93 million miles, 666. 6, 6, 6, 0, 666 again. These people are crafty, man. They love 1666, no ras. You know? See it there? 666 again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Check. That's you. You're 666 all of the time. Now, here go the next one. Newton's theory of gravity, they perpetrated 1666 AD. Need a little D right there. AD. Right? So, here we go again. Here we go again. The man loaded with 666 everywhere, Mr. Man. You see it there? So that's you in your mind only if you accept that. See, it's not even real. None of and all this stuff is created stuff. None of it's scientific. So right now I'm gonna go over here to Genesis and read this. Then we're gonna wrap this part up. Part 1, you know, which was identifying who this system comes from, the deception in the system, the idolatry in the system, and how nothing about it is scientific, okay? And they can all be proven to not be true scientifically if you do simple tests, and we're going to do that in part 2. Simple tests to prove, and that simple knowledge and simple wisdom to prove that this is just pure rubbish. You know, we ain't gonna be dealing with the Bible side as much. You know, like we already identified this, and now we're gonna deal with more of the scientific debunking all this garbage, right? Of the stuff we ain't already debunked. We done already debunked so much stuff with these charts. The charts are all rubbish and garbage. That's, you know, that's scientifically. Their charts are all rubbish and garbage. And if you got a brain, you can figure it out. Okay, so let's go. We go right here. So we're in the Garden of Eden. We're going to go all the way up to where they got made naked and see what that means. Now, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Elohim had made. So he was a made creature. See, this is a made creature on the earth, a man. This serpent means enchanter. He's a voodoo man. He's an enchanter, sorcerer. Okay? He was more subtle. He was a sneaky ras, right? Right? And he said unto the woman, Yea, have Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? So he like, you know, first of all, he coming out, you know, with his con game. So he's coming out with the con game and capitalizing on this woman, she don't know, she don't have knowledge, so he gonna come and try to now he's coming seducing her brain, you know. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim have said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So, what do we have here? They could eat of all the trees, but this one that was in the midst of the garden, he said, don't mess with that one. And trees represent people, like family trees. Trees represent like family trees. Right? That's the thing. Trees, okay? So he said, don't mess with those over there. Them in the midst of the garden. But all the other ones, you know, you can eat with, you can deal with them. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. So now that's when he's satanic. He's all, you know, he's a rebel now. You should not surely, contradicting. Right? For Elohim know, playing with her mind too. Right? For Elohim doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as Elohims, knowing good and evil. So, he said, wait, I'm going to give you some knowledge over here, right? I'm going to tell you the way to be, you know, everything. He just don't want you to, he don't want you to be, you know, all that. He don't want you to be live. He don't want you to be on his level, right? Your eyes going to be opened up. Now you're going to be like him. You're going to be doing good and evil. Because God didn't want them to be doing evil. He wanted them to be doing good, but he didn't want them to be doing evil. And so the satanic tree, they was doing good and evil. You know, just like they do now. See, Satan don't do all evil. If he did all evil, would nobody want to play with him? You understand me? And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, so it's good for food and materialistic. So she's looking at the materialistic, oh yeah, I better get with the group mentality. This is what's up. And that it was pleasant to the eyes. Oh, now it makes sense. Now, you know, just look, you know, this whole thing, it makes sense what he's saying. You know, it looks, you know, it looks perfect. It's pleasant for the eyes. Oh yeah. So she's getting psyched out. And a tree to be desired to make one wise. So she thinks she's going to get wisdom. So that's happening in the world right now. They like, oh, you better stay with this because if you know, stay with the group mentality. Don't tell people, you know, that you flatter for nothing like that. You crazy? Are you crazy? People don't want to hire you. Girls don't want to go out with you. You may not know you crazy. That ain't good. Man, you better get with the program. Get with what makes sense. You know? No. Another thing, a tree to make one wise. Oh, now listen, the globe explains everything now. It explains where the waters go, comes back around, dude. You better get with the program. What's wrong with you? No, You think you know more than what you know. Okay? So she took of the fruit thereof and did eat and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. First of all, she dealing with two guys. See, she dealing with one that ain't even her husband first. That was her first mistake. And so she dealing with this lying man. All right? Just lying to her. And disobeying her husband and everything. And Adam was a straight up sucker. To take it from his wife. Right? Now she done dealt with two men. And they done did some sexual things too. She got seduced by the serpent. The serpent, she saw that the tree was good, looked good. He had a down program. She saw that it was pleasant for the eyes, handsome, singing, and, you know, got it together. A tree to desire to make one wise. Oh, this done been all over. He done been into the universe and everything. You know? I'll take that fruit. That's going to make me Johnny Blaze. Right? So, their eyes was open, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. Okay. Their eyes was open, but they didn't become like Elohim. They knew they had vulnerabilities now, And this naked, they became shrewd. You know. So let's look up this word naked real quick here. So this is naked here. And you got it here, it says Aram. Let's let it go ahead. What is that?
Strong's H6191. Aram.
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 Aram. Okay. Okay. Subtly. Crafty. Prudent. Beware. Very. That's how it's translated. To be subtle. Shrewd. Be crafty. Beware. Take crafty counsel. Be prudent. Oh, so now they became little schemers now. Aram. To be or to make bare, but used only in a derivative sense through the ideas perhaps of smoothness, be cunning, little con artists. To be cunning, usually in a bad sense, very beware, take crafty counsel, be prudent, deal subtly. So now they became like the serpent. Now if you notice, when you ask somebody about that bendy water, they start to get crafty. They start pointing to shadows. They start doing this. They start doing everything but just saying they're going to take the water and just bend it. You know, and then if you just stick with it and say, listen, just bend this water and then I'll believe you. I don't want to hear I don't even want to hear talk. Just bend it. Forget talk. The proof is doing something, not talking. No philosophy, no rap, no nothing. Just take the object and perform the experiment, the experience. And then once you corner them like that, once you corner the serpent like that, they'll leave you alone. Then they'll say, just don't talk to me about it. And on that note, right there, because they're under a strong, because what they want to do is they want to protect that idol, they program to do that. And on that note, this is the end of part 1. And I hope it helps everyone to get out of the delusion. That is the intent. And for the people who wanted to be into the delusion and want to be, good fortune. I hope you're the best. I hope you're the best. I hope your children the best. But for me, I don't want my children to be led around like a blind sheep. I want them to question and tell everybody to prove whatever they say. Period. Prove everything. As the Bible says, prove everything. And then Satan come along and say, oh, you didn't need to prove nothing. And on that one, I'm going to say shalom, peace, and have a blessed and beautiful vibrations. Shalom. Okay, we're going to start this part of the presentation off by, observing this right here, what we have this image of. What we're looking at here, we're looking at a bowl of agua, right? So, I want you to understand one thing here. What these people goal is to get the people to not even understand what a bowl of water is. So what do we have here? Because this bowl of water here, right here, is a microcosm of the earth. So what do we have? We have, first of all, the earth underneath, right? Supporting the water. And the glass is made out of earth, made out of sand, right? So it's the earth. And it's got a deep facing, this level underneath, right? So it's a deep facing. And then that's one facing, right? And that facing is 180 degrees parallel. And then you have water up on the earth in a container. And then it conforms to the container because water doesn't have form. It needs to be contained. Everywhere in your house, everywhere you use water like this every day, this is the technology of the earth, or else you wouldn't even be alive if water didn't act like this. We all know that, right? And this has got to be a microcosm of the earth. Well, it is a microcosm of, this is a microcosm of the earth, right? This is what it is. So, it's layers. First, earth, the container of the earth, facing of the earth. Then you have, upon the earth, the water in a container on the earth. Then you have a facing of the water. And then you have air acting on the facing of the water, pushing it down, keeping it level. And just the characteristic of water, by being dense and having no form, creates a level surface because it wants to push out, right? Level surface, 180 degrees. 180 degrees on the bottom. That means 180 degrees means that. It means flat. What it means is a 180 degree existence. And the water is a facing too. That's 180 degrees flat, period. Okay? Existence. You know, because if you have like some lumps or something in the bottom, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect what the top is. You know, long as it's got an existence of 180 degree. It could be mountains down there, long as they on a 180 degree plane of existence. Okay? That's a facing. So you got the face of the deep, water on top, face of the water, air on the top, acting on the water, and then you have light. So you got all the elements of nature here. Earth, water, air, light, all doing what they're supposed to do. So this is a microcosm of the earth. This is a microcosm of the earth. That's what it is. Now, can you turn this water upside down? Huh? Can you turn this water upside down? Yeah, if you want it to spill out, okay? So therefore, this does what the earth does. You can't turn the water upside down on the earth. This is a microcosm. This does what the earth, all water does. This does what all water does, as above, so below. In other words, layman's terms, as the big amount does, so does the small amount. This is an example, which you can do experiments with, which you experience every day of your life. Now the problem with this is, you got a problem because this don't explain where the oceans go to, you know. So now the answer to this opens up as another dilemma in the mystery of mankind and the mystery of your mind. You know, we deal with that too. But anyway, right here you got a microcosm of the earth. That's what you got right here. Okay, and the whole concept doesn't even relate to anything circular. It's all about 180 degrees. This 180 degrees level on that water, oh, that's a barometer right there. That means that's how you get the, you know, in the carpenter's level. That's how you manipulate that bubble. Anyway, that's where you get your 90 degree. So we live in a this type of existence. 180 degree, and man stands up at 90 in relationship to the 180. If you're on a mountain, if you're on a mountain like this, and you're on a mountain, you ain't gonna be standing like this. See? You're gonna go back to 90, baby. You know, you're gonna be like this, and you're gonna hope your feet gonna hurt. You're gonna be wish you could get back to this because you designed to be like that. See? Now on the globe, you're gonna be on the side. No, you can't be on the side of nothing. No, if you was on, you gotta be like that. If you was on the ball like that, you'll slip off, baby. And you can't stand on nothing like that. They show you the stupid thing, you on the ball and you all around. No, you got to be in the 190. Even if you're on a mountain, you like that, you wish you was like this. This is your level of existence. 180, 90. And that's what this is doing right here. See? It's giving you the 180, that's the levelness of the water. That's how you use a carpenter's level. And the 90 is the air is going to always be on the north, on the top, straight up. So that's how you're able to manipulate that bubble on the carpenter's level. We will get into that. This right here already proves that you can't bend water and you can't tilt it or none of that. So this is a microcosm of the earth. So you can't do that on the earth, period. That's why you never see the globe with water on it, because water and globes don't go together, baby. Okay? Water falls off of a ball. You understand me? So they getting you to rebel against water, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because this is the first law of nature in this world. You're being born of the water. Born of the water in this world. It was a world before this world. But in this world, being born of the water is the first law, right? So, what we're going to do now, we're going to go over here and share some light on the subject. So, we're reading right here, Book of Job, chapter 37, and what it says. It says, we want to deal with the subject here. Okay. Number 10 here. We're going to take it from here. By the breath of Elohim, frost is given. So the breath of Elohim, that's air. That's air. Frost is given. So blow a little air on, on the water, and frost is given, right? Okay? And the breadth of the waters is straightened. So this word breadth right here, that means width. Now, all the water you see got a width. A width means it got a parallel top. And you measure the width. And guess what? There's no such thing as a width on a ball. It's a circumference. See, this is wisdom. And then you got fantasy. And there's no such thing as a horizon on the ball. There's no such thing as a line on the ball. See, that's total fiction. You're going to go into science class and they're going to show a ball and they're going to say, go point to the line on that ball. See, you would be ignorant, see? But you think you live on a globe and you got a horizon. And you got flat water, okay? And you wouldn't even have no horizon on the ball. You think if you put an ant on a ball, he's seeing a straight line? Wouldn't he be seeing everything sloping down in all directions? And no line nowhere to be found on that ball? But okay, so maybe an ant is too big of a creature. Put a gnat on there. You think you're going to be seeing a straight line on the ball? Any type of line. Everything will be sloping and curved. All buildings from distance will be tilted. Everything. But all the buildings you see, no matter how far, they erect. They're 190, man. No, they 90 degree, man. Straight up. Straight so. You'll see the buildings way far off, leaning back way, sideways, this way, dot. That's because they're on a parallel existence to 190. So, the width of the water is straightened. Water is straight, okay? This is wisdom, and that's what you see every day, okay? What it is, you're trying to fit the idol that they told you into reality when now you got psychosis because you got the flat water right there. Now you're going to try to be cunning and try to create a lie and a fiction about this water. So we're going to get to this water. This is, okay, so let's go to another example here. So now we're going to deal with the Book of Wisdom right here, and we're going to deal with this water and I'm going to show you why they want you to rebel against water and how that's leading up to what's going to be the end of the world right now. See, because they're going to be coming with you with all types of lies, and they're bringing out their best magicians right now. They bringing out their best cahoots right now, working on both sides of the flat earth and the globe side just to confuse people, because now they got to have a confused world before the end comes. See? So the liars can go stick with the lie, and the people with the truth going to go to the truth. See? And so that, that's what it's all about. So let's take it from the top here. In the beginning, so we're taking it from the top. Genesis chapter 1:1. In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth. So what we have here, in the beginning, that's time. And there's no measurement that you can measure to put a number or a date on that, okay? So this is all time. Only ones that master is this is Elohim. He's before the beginning. They are before the beginning. Elohim means God's. It's one. They all in unity. One means unity. This is Elohim. It doesn't say the Lord Elohim. It just says Elohim. See, you can't put what's not there. That's what it says right here. So, and then it says created. So now this is the action right here of creating. So you got the time in the beginning, Elohim before the beginning. Now taking action. This word Barak created the heaven. So that's all the heaven and everything that's in it. And the earth. So the earth was created all these times, and the earth is in the center of all this, of the heaven. And this is when everybody, this is when I was created right here. I am the heaven and the earth. I am that. I'm the earth. We know I'm the earth. So when the earth was created, that's when I was created. It was cities and everything on earth right here. Everything was functioning right here. That's why this is by itself. This was a whole nother world than what this world is we live in now. Okay, so let's continue. So up here is all time, all space, and all matter. All time, space, and matter created by Elohim, who's the master all of it, over it all. Then you have the heavens. So he's on the outer limits of the heavens, beyond the outer limits of heavens. And then you have the heavens, and then you have the earth in the right there, center. So, and the earth was without form. Now this is where people fall off at right there. This is where they fall off a lot, man. This without form, this is tuhu. This don't mean the earth was no big old glob or nothing like this. Is a negative thing, without form. This is a negative thing. They went corrupt, man. This is what they're doing now. You know how they don't know what the shape of the earth is right now? They're confused. It's without form because they're confused and they're going corrupt in idolatry. It's confused. So let's look up this word right here, tuhu. Okay? And we're gonna get right down on that. So, go over here. So, go ahead. All right. Okay. Top form. Boom. So we got right here, Toho. So let's blow it up. So what we got here? Toho. So let's bring it up.
Strong's H 8414. Tohu.
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 Yeah, that's a little tohu right there. See? Tohu. So tohu, let's bring it down here. Tohu. Vanity, confusion, without form, wilderness, naught, nothing, empty place, waste. So they got confused, man. They gone pagan. Formlessness, confusion, unreality. See, that's what they're getting into right now. Unreality. See, this flat earth, globe earth thing, they'll have people so confused about unreality, like bending water. That's unreality. See what I'm saying? Formlessness, okay? Let's break it over. Let's go through. Tohu, from the unused root meaning to lie waste, a desolation of surface, desert, figuratively, a worthless thing, adverbially, in vain, confusion, empty place, without form, nothing, thing of naught, vain, vanity, waste, wilderness. So they got vain, man, confusion, exactly what's happening now. Because right now, it's being reacted, you know, it's being reenacted. This was the whole plan. This is a satanic plan. So he's going to get you to go against water, but we're going to prove that. So right now, we're just showing you what Toho means, right? So let's go down here. And let's see. Get an example of Tuhu. The city of confusion. See, Toho. The line of confusion, Tuhu. Tuhu is confusion. That's exactly what's going on in the world right now. Right? So, we're going to go right here. Now, here go right here. We're in the book of Jeremiah. Right here, Jeremiah 4. We're going to go right down here. It's got the... it's got it right here. All right. I beheld, and lo, I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void. So right here, it's talking about it right here. So we want to relate this back to the beginning. And the heavens, and they had no light. Okay, back in the beginning. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. I beheld, and lo, there was no man. Because every man going to be destroyed in the old world that was. Before Bohu and Tuhu, it was man. It was men from the beginning on the earth. But they got destroyed, wiped out. We get to that. And all the birds of the heavens were fled. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness. So the place was a fruitful place. Earth was a fruitful place before Bohu and Tuhu. See, even in the beginning, because this going to be reenacted, so he's going to relate this to the beginning, and it's going to happen again in the end times. So it's a double application here for wisdom, right? Because right now, the world is getting without form right now again, and then it's going to be voided out. It's going to be destroyed. So when all this confusion comes, that means that he's going to separate the liars from the truth people, and then it's going to be wiped out. Right? It's got to be wiped out of here. And all the cities thereof was broken down at the presence of the Yahweh. So all the cities, they had cities back then. They had cities since the beginning of the earth, way back. Right? And by his fierce anger. For this have Yahweh said, the whole land shall be desolate yet. I will not make a full end of it. So he destroyed that world, but he didn't make a full end of it. So this is Toho, Bohu and Toho, and they got cities and everything. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to continue. So, and the earth was without form, that's Toho, it was confused, and it was idolatry. Just like it is now. They didn't know what the world was. Just exactly how it is now. See, that's what they're setting you up for right now. They're setting you up for Toho, and then you don't want Boho to come. That means destruction. So, void, let's get down with void. Right? Okay. Okay, void right here. Okay, void, boho. So let's ring the bell.
Strong's H922. Bohu.
So boho, toho wa boho. This is dread, man. This is like the destruction. So right now we're in the toho phase. We confused, and then boho gonna come. And it's going to be destroyed. It's going to get voided out. So, boho. A vacuity. Superficially, a undistinguishable ruin. Emptiness, void. The earth became an undistinguishable ruin. They got wiped out. They got smashed down. Okay? So, we're going to go back. No, we're going to continue. Bohu Atuhu. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. So that was the first earth that was destroyed, right? So we're going to go back in Peter and read about that right now, right? So this is Second Peter. It's telling you about these earth ages. It's going to tell you about the first time the earth was destroyed. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So they think they know everything, right? They get upstart, they get all, in the mind. They think, everything. They don't know what's going on. For this, they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Elohim, the heavens were of old. So, they got these people saying the earth is like 7,000 years old, 13,000 years old and all. Listen, the heavens are of old, man. We just read about it. The heavens are from the beginning, man. Okay, we got the heavens and the earth stand now. And the earth standing out of the water and in the water. So we got the earth standing out of the water and in the water. That's this world, and it's not a ball. It's standing out of the water and in the water. Okay? This is the technology of the earth. Bible don't play, it tells the truth of the real existence. Out of the water, in the water. Whoop. Out of the water. No. Out of the water, in the water. Okay? So, by the world that then was over, whereby the world that then was, the world before this world, the world before this world coming out of the water. See that? Yeah, let's read that really good there. For this they willingly are ignorant, they don't know, that by the word of Elohim the heavens were of old. So the heavens are of old. And the earth was created at the same time the heavens was. And the earth standing out of the water and in the water, so that's this world, this flat earth right here, coming out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed by water perished. So he smashed them down with water. That's why you got them seas underneath the water with them big massive stones and stuff. And this is going to, and their evil got smashed down under the water. See? So now we got two worlds. We got the one that was before this world that got destroyed, and now we in this world. So let's go. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, so that's this world, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of the ungodly. So this world right here is going to get demolished by fire, right? But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Now, ever since they started using the name of Yahweh, which was in the Garden of Eden, so they wasn't using the name of Yahweh in that verses in the beginning. Remember I told you, showed you? But since Yahweh, you're going to get 7,000 years to the end is going to come from Adam. He started using Yahweh in the Garden of Eden. When he chose Adam, he didn't create Adam in the garden. He formed Adam in the garden. That was his Messiah. That was his chosen to keep the garden. And he was his God. That's when we got the relationship, his Elohim. And we're going on, the 7,000 is right now. For Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. That's this world. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Elohim, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nonetheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, being diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot or blemish. Okay, so now that's the world to come. So we had three worlds. We had the world before this world. They got destroyed by water. Everything was wiped out. And then you had this world. This world is the world of water. And that world got smashed out by water. And this world is the world that was reserved for the judgment of fire. And then we got the world to come. Okay, so let's go back over here. So, without form and void. And darkness was on the face of the deep. So that darkness on the face of the deep, that was the calamities. They got smashed out. So that's what they say Leviathan is under the water. The lies and all the stuff that got them smashed out is all under the face of the deep. So that's negative thing. They was upstart. And then you had, they got wiped out. That's another negative thing. Then the darkness was on the face of the deep. So now, oh happy days, they're smothered. Right? Now, the face of the deep. This is the face of the ocean. It's got a facing, a pining. It's a facing. Okay. Okay. That's a facing of the deep. And there's a deep, right? It's deep to accommodate something. So you got the earth, and then you got a deep facing. So you got the earth, because you got the facing of the earth. We're going to go to that too. Then you got the face of the deep. So that's 180 degrees of existence on the face of the earth. A facing is going to be like a facing, like a 180 degree of existence, just like the face of the water. What is that? 180 degree level of existence. So you got the face of the deep. That's the ocean bed floor. You got, and the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. So the spirit of Elohim, that's air. So air move on the face of the water. So what do you have? You have water, a face of the water, flat on top, and then you have air pressurizing. So what do you have? In this verse, you have all the elements of the earth. And they're layered. You have earth, water, air. Earth, water, air. Then you have light on top of that. Oh, and Elohim said, let there be light. So here we go. So we got earth, water, air, light. Okay, we go. So we got a system going on here. Now isn't this great? He's telling you about water, the first thing, right? This is brilliance. This is not perpetrating. This is science right here and everything like that, right? And reality. And they are level. It's, Now we'll just go to the word pining right quick. Right? Okay. I'll go face. Face. We got face right here. Blamo. Face. We got the pinene here. So let's see how they pronounce it here.
Strong's H 6440. Panim.
So we got the pinene there. So let's see.
Serious lexicon.
So let,
Penuel.
yeah, so let's get right into
Penuel. Second entry. Peniel.
Okay.
Peniel.
Yeah, so let's go right in here. Here go right here. Zero right in here. Pinene, straight. You're just gonna zoom right in. Pinene, straight. Okay? Straight. Upside. It's got an upside. Upside, up on. Okay? Pinene. That's like the water, level water, the face is the upside and it's straight. Okay? We got the pinene right there. There's no such thing as facing on the ball. Okay, let's get this real. There's no such thing as a parallel even existence on the ball. Nothing shaped like that. That's against geometry, and it's really, really rude and stupid to think. You know, but Satan done fed you that soup, and he got all type of lies and wonders, and it's not your reality. So let's proceed. So we're gonna go over here. So now we got this water right here, and this is a microcosm, and this is exactly what the Bible just described to you, right? So now right here, we got this right here. This right here is the carpenter's level right here. Now this carpenter's level right here, this is a microcosm of the earth. This is the same thing as that. See? It's the same thing. And they do all the water can do. You know. That's why that's why it works, right? That's why no matter where you take this, it's gonna function, because these few drops of water do what all water do, as above as below. You understand me? You think this water doesn't do what the oceans do, or a pot of water? This is a microcosm of the pot of water. This is a microcosm of a tub of water. This is a microcosm of a pond. Ponds is flat on the top. This is a microcosm of a lake. A lake is flat on top. It's impossible for it to not be. But what it is, this messes up your reality, because you want to think you know more than what you know. But because this is going to lead you to a mystery, and you're going to see that this was a great design, and that, hey, the Elohim designed this, and he knows the mysteries, right? He knows where the end of the water and where the end of the earth is. You think you know, but do you really know? Okay? Do you really know? So, let me see. Right. So, we got the water here. Now, peace and shalom, and good beautiful blessing vibrations to you. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and if it helped one person, I'm very grateful for that. Okay, and I would like for you to support my cause, which is the Sea Level Society, which is dedicated to the truth in aquatic science and life. And you can do that by calling this number up here, and then you can get some of this blessed and beautiful incense. It's going to give off some of the most blessed and beautiful, freshest incense you ever experienced, and giving off some blessed and beautiful vibrations, canned up by me, one. And on that note, peace. Beautiful vibrations to you, and adios, amigos.